Hello, my name is John Diorio, and in the upcoming presentation, I will lead my students on a virtual field trip and cultural immersion. I will be speaking as if to a third grade audience. Thank you for listening. Before we begin, I wanted to reiterate the targeted grade level as third. I also wanted to incorporate a standards-based approach. The presentation and activities aligned with third grade social studies standards 7.3.3.A and 8.3.4.A. Okay, class. For today, we'll be taking a trip. Given how we've been talking about regions and cultures in our social studies lessons lately, can anyone think of any place we may be going? Well, we're heading to Puerto Rico. Specifically, we'll be immersing ourselves in a rich culture and exploring the San Sebastian Street Festival. Puerto Rico is far away, though. How would we get there? According to Google Maps, we're able to chart our flight path from Philadelphia to Puerto Rico. Let's see how far it actually takes us. We're able to measure the distance. Right-click the point, measure our distance. Doesn't seem to be working at all. Let's try that again. All right, let's try that again. And measure the distance from Philadelphia to Puerto Rico. It worked the entire time I was making this. Well, anyway, since that's not working, Puerto Rico is on a nearly 1,600-mile flight path from Philadelphia. From there, we can move into Google Earth to get a closer look at where we're going. All right, so here is a view, satellite view of the island of Puerto Rico. Where we're going is right here in the northwestern section of the country. All right. Now that we've arrived, let's start taking it in. The city of San Sebastian was founded in the 18th century by Catholic missionaries. Around the city, you'll find brightly colored buildings with traditional designs, and you can see them in the picture of the slide with the traditional Spanish roofs. It's also known for its breathtaking landscapes. There's a nearby waterfall called El Salto de Collazo. And my picture didn't work. Anyway. The waterfall is just one of the many beautiful natural features. And now that we've got some background information, let's head to the festival because we don't want to miss a thing. The festival, the San Sebastian Street Festival, is held towards the end of January to close the holiday season. The festival has a busy celebratory atmosphere, and music and laughter fill the air. The San Sebastian Streets Festival serves as a celebration of Puerto Rican history, arts, and culture, and as a fundraiser for the local community. It has been this way since the 1970s. The festival was originally started in the 1950s by a local priest to support the local church. First, we'll watch a short video of the parade to get a feel for where we are.
One trip.
Unfortunately, there's an ad. I will mute it.
Welcome to San Fe 2020. This annual festival takes place in the streets of Old San Juan, Puerto Rico. The official name is Fiesta de Calle de San Sebastian, which literally translates to the Festival of the Streets of San Sebastian. Often compared to Mardi Gras, this is a multi-day cultural street festival, starting on Wednesday and ending late Sunday night in Old San Juan. People gather from all around the island, and tourists come from all over the world to celebrate the culture.
As we saw in the video, the festival features marchers and dancers in ornate masks and costumes. Local vendors are also all around selling handmade commodities, and there's also events and activities. And of course, food and drink is also consumed en masse. To begin, though, it begins with a parade. Food and drink plays a huge role in the festival. You might find dishes like mofongo and frituras all around. These dishes use traditional Taino ingredients and are rooted in the tradition. Mofongo is a dish made of fried plantains, chicharrones, and garlic, served in a red sauce often made from shrimp. Plantains are used often in Puerto Rican cuisine, and frituras is a form of bread or dough stuffed with a type of meat or seafood, whether it be beef, shrimp, or otherwise, and then deep fried. Sounds delicious. So after a fun day of learning and celebrating Puerto Rican culture, let's think about our trip as we move forward. As we can see in the picture on the slide, various incarnations of Puerto Rican cuisine. For this next part, I want you to work to create a Venn diagram to compare and contrast the San Sebastian Street Festival with a cultural festival or event of your choice. For example, the South 9th Street Italian Market Festival in Philadelphia would be an appropriate choice in this case. After you're finished, share your thoughts with your desk groups. When sharing, please remember to be respectful of the speaker and to go one at a time. Now that we're back home from our field trip, and we know a good deal about Puerto Rico and its culture and the San Sebastian Street Festival, we can also learn about the robust Puerto Rican culture in the United States. As a U.S. territory, Puerto Rico exerts significant cultural influence in the states. Places such as Florida and New York have the largest population of Puerto Rican persons in the country. In New York, the Bronx has the largest concentration in the city, and New York is actually home to its very own cultural celebration of Puerto Rico, the National Puerto Rican Day Parade, which is usually held during the summer each year. In addition to this, people such as Justice Sonia Sotomayor or baseball player Roberto Clemente have made tremendous contributions to U.S. history and culture. To finish up our cultural excursion, we will complete a brief writing activity. I'd like you all to take out your journals and write a reflection and review of our virtual field trip. What was the best part? How would you rate it on a star scale, 1 to 5? Would you recommend this experience to another person or your family or friends? Also, as an additional fold of fun, I want you to frame it as if you were posting on your travel blog or making a short video on your Instagram travel page. However, I want proper grammar and complete sentences, please. After that, we will share with the class. Attached are my references. They're also linked throughout the document. Thank you for listening.